up, my friends? Just got another little tip, kind of brain dump that I wanted to share with you. So another thing I used to do as a home brewer was, if the recipe said louder until you hit 8 gallons or 9 gallons or 5 gallons or whatever it was, that's what I would do. And it was always this struggle, like, oh, dang it, I'm at 8 gallons, but why is my pre-bowl gravity at like 1036 instead of 1040, or it's 1056 instead of 1050, and it was always kind of a gamble because the recipes I'm brewing are a little different every time and the volumes are different every time, and so it was like, oh, why is this not working? Another thing that came to me very, very early on in my commercial brewing role was that you basically stop loudering when you hit your target gravity. Alternatively, you can boil longer and get that gravity rise if you need to, but that's going to change the caramelization, some of the other qualities of the beer. So what I do is generally, if I'm targeting 8 gallons as my pre-boil gravity, I'll start checking gravity at like 6.5 gallons, and I'll check it at 7 gallons, and I'll check it at 7.5 gallons. And then I can kind of look at the difference between where the gravity was at 6.5 gallons and 7.5 gallons, or even 6.5 and 7 gallons. And if it's dropped 3 points between those two, it's a pretty safe bet to say that last half gallon is probably going to drop another 3 points. And I can hit that, I can go from the 6.5 to 7.5 to 8. Sorry, my math's all backwards, but I think you get what I'm talking about. And hit my gravity. Alternatively, it lets me know if I'm going to be a little short and I'm not going to hit my 8 gallons. I can stop short, and I can stop at exactly 1039 or whatever my gravity should be. And then I follow just a general 60-minute boil, roll, pull, rest, etc., etc. But the point being is, don't just count on everything to line up. Stuff happens, malt quality changes. You don't get the extraction you're hoping out of it. You're not paying attention. You over sparge, etc., etc. So always be checking your gravity in those last few gallons, and stop when you hit where your target is. That's pretty much one of the biggest brewing pieces of advice that I gotten. And when I started doing that, things got way, way easier. And I can use those numbers to determine, what my future brews were. Like, oh, okay, I loudered to, my first runnings were, 1040, and I loudered to 8 gallons, and that got me to 1030. And so I can kind of use that to predict what that volume will be for my next batch. But anyways, yeah, so quick tip, long story short, check your gravity of your kettle. Those last couple gallons, get a paddle and just give it a good swirl in there so everything gets mixed up really well. Grab a little sample out of there and then check it. Definitely want to make sure you cool things down with your to your hydrometer calibration temp or your refractometer calibration temp. So let it cool down a little bit, because that'll affect your reading as well. But what else? I think that's it. Cheers, guys.